Greetings. Welcome to the Yang style long form Tai Chi class on PT TV. I'm Michael Gilman. Well, we have reached probably one of the milestones in television history right here in Port Townsend. Where this week I feel very confident. We just have a few movements and we'll have finished the Yang style long form course. I think it's been something like 35 or 36 weeks we've been working on this. And as far as I know, this has never been done on TV, any place, anywhere. And so I really thank you for encouragement and for helping me get through this. And it's wonderful. So we were just talking, Gary, the station manager, and I were talking about what's next, and we thought what we would do is run this course again from the beginning. So some of you kind of came in towards the end and you wondered how, you needed help in the beginning. Some people have little pieces missing, they had to go away on vacation. And so we'll probably run this from the beginning once again, all the way through. And then we're also going to add in another show, a different energy type show. I think we'll do Qigong and do various other activities. So, so let's go and let's look at the end of the Tai Chi form. All right, so let's loosen it. Feet, excuse me, feet solidly on the ground, knees soft, spine erect, turning the torso, letting the arms relax. Rolling down. Rolling up. Shake. Shake. Kick out. What's the mantra that goes along with this? What can be lighter and what can be freer? What can be lighter? What can be freer? How can this movement be lighter and freer? The muscles moving, the energy moving, relaxation, relaxation. Light and free. Turn the waist. Rolling down. Rolling up. Okay. Integrating. Feet shoulder width, pressing into the floor. Knees soft. Pelvis slightly tucked under, top of the head lifting, chin slightly tucked under, shoulders and upper ribs suspended from above, breathing in and out through the nose, directing the breath to the lower belly. Take an integration breath. Gathering the energy and inviting it down through the body. All right. Very nice. So let's warm up with a little of the log pushing Qigong. I've really, since I've thought about this, it's really helped me a lot. Sometimes just the smallest little mental image is enough to, make a whole change in how one sees things. And so this Log Qigong, remember, I have a nice wide stance. The log is, 10 feet long, substantial log floating on the water. We're in the water up to our waist, placing the right hand on the end of the log. You can either have your hand on your waist or it can be hanging down. I kind of feel it comfortable here. Some people don't like that. And we're going to inhale, and exhale, we're going to push the log. Now you're aiming the log where it wants to go. You let it go and watch it. You then inhale, shift the weight to the right foot. Exhale, shift the weight to the left foot, turn the torso and gaze to the left. Inhale, shift the weight to the right, turning the torso. Exhale, shifting, turning, and glancing to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Now, don't use your arm, use your torso. The body moves the arm. The body moves the arm. Now this movement is very much like waving hands like clouds. If I was doing this quickly, this is the same as clouds' hands movement basically, but a little bit more linear. Open. This is what we call gather. Energy comes into the right leg, right quad. Exhale. Energy is dispersed or sent out. Inhale, gather. Exhale. Release. Okay. Then switch. Other side. This is my left hand. Weight on left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Glancing to the right. Inhale, weight shifts to the left. Exhale, turning, shifting, and off. Inhale. Exhale. Don't forget, the attention is basically on what we call the Lao Gong point, right there in the center of the palm. You're pushing the log with that point. Okay? So here it's relaxing. Then you sort of open the hand, and which then presses against the log. And then once you go, release, relax. Good. Okay. We do Qigong, or gather the energy. Smoothing it out. Gathering to the dantian, any excess down the legs. Okay, so let's review some, and let's go from, we'll do the last single whip. We'll take sort of a nice review here. We'll do from the last single whip, clouds, hands, single whip, etc. So here we go. So following along at home. This isn't quite the last single whip. This is, all right. Waving hands like clouds. One. Two. Three, single whip. High pat on horse, plain cross hands. Turn, cross foot kick with sole. Step up and lower punch. Ward off left. Right push upward. Roll back. Press forward. And push. Single whip. Remember, turn all the way into 90. Circle the hands down. Step wide enough to accept the energy. Throw. Snake creeps down, turning out the back toe, shifting back and down. Keep the back straight. Shifting forward. Fold in, make a fist. Turn out, make a fist. Step up to form 7 stars. Dingbo stance on toe. Retreat to ride a tiger. Step back and up. Turn around and kick horizontally. Pivoting around. Stepping to the left. The leg kicks horizontally around and coming back. All right. Let's just do the last part, the last single whip, facing once again. Breaking the grip. Grab and throw. Creeps down. Get out of the way of the foot kick. Catch the leg. Step up and strike or kick or throw away. Blocking and blocking. Turn around. Neutralize. Step around to the side and kick to the back and up. Okay, so let's look at the last few movements, shall we? And I have, as our special guest star this week, we have Bijal Soini as the last and but not least person. So if she comes up, we'll talk about the last few movements, right? So if you come on over, and okay, so let me, while Bijou gets herself over here, I will show you the last few movements, okay? So after the kick horizontally, shoot a tiger with bow. Step down, and shooting the bow, out goes the arrow. Step up, deflect downward, and punch. Withdraw and push. And conclusion. Of Tai Chi Chuan. All right, that doesn't look too hard, does it? Okay, so Bijou, if you come out and let's demonstrate the last greetings. And your viewing public, they hi. Okay, so the first movement is shoot a tiger with bow, following the foot kick. All right. So, but this particular movement doesn't necessarily follow. So in this case, there's a punch to my upper body with her right hand. Right? So I'm going to, since it's already coming up, I'm going to neutralize it to the side. And I'm going to help her go that way. And as I help her, so let's do it this way so he can see it here. Okay, so you see, just by having my fist here, and as this comes out and I neutralize, this just comes out. She goes home bruised, and her husband calls me up and complains. Okay, shoot a tiger with bow is neutralize and hit. Okay. The next movement is called step up, deflect downward, and punch. And in this case, after shoot a tiger, she grabs me. So this is a double punch. This is working with with a grab and a punch. So as she grabs me, first now once again, you see, when I withdraw, if I just pull my arm back, she's in good shape. She's in better shape than I am, actually, because she can just release and do something to me. And so almost always when we withdraw, we twist so that it puts her arm in a not a good position, if you can, as you see that, right? So as she grabs and I come back, I twist, she's all twisted out if she holds on. If she lets go, well then she's in trouble. Okay. So the first part is this is following shoot tiger with bow. As I withdraw and twist, I just gently or so knock her off. Then she follows that. Okay, so she immediately follows that with a punch, which I neutralize to this side, press down, and then punch inward. So once again, I knock her off. She goes to punch. I neutralize, deflect down, and punch. Okay, the last movement, basically, is withdrawn push. Now, we've had two previous withdrawn pushes. The first one she grabbed me with, both of those other ones she grabbed me with this hand. And so the first one is I took her off, right? Took her off, closed her up, and threw her away. Remember that one? This one, which was like that. Second one is she grabbed me, is I put an arm bar in, snapped the arm, then pushed her away. Now this time she grabs me with this hand. You see? So I can't do that same kind of thing because she's open to attack me. So I have to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit different, you see, is I immediately attack her rather than, you see, as I come back, this opens up and doesn't matter what she does, I'm immediately into either pushing or striking. It's a kind of a quicker movement. Because since I'm already inside, I don't have time because she could attack me. Yeah, so I think that's it. And thank you very much. Thank you. I'll see you next time around. Conclusion then is, we'll talk about that as we get to it. It's just basically getting the, harmonizing the energy and coming back to the center and wrapping everything up, right? It was just like in the beginning, we started with commencement, and commencement was working with our breath and the energy and getting everything sort of ready to do our form. Conclusion is, we've done it now, we want to come back to a place where we're comfortable and relaxed. Okay, so shoot a tiger with bow is going to be in this direction, in our form. So let's look at it that way first. So we've done kick horizontally. So you're going to step down toward the corner, towards a 45-degree angle, lifting at the same time that you step, you lift up. It looks a bit like Fair Lady works at shuttles. Then, as we shift the weight onto it, this is going to turn and grab. The right hand is going to turn and pull. A lot like Fair Lady, we're actually moving into this hand. I'm moving into, it pretty much stays in the same place, only I'm moving my body into it. So after the kick, one step, the weight sinks into the left quad. Then we make a fist and pull it back towards the forehead as we shift the weight onto the right foot. Kick horizontally. Shoot a tiger with bow. One step and lift about forehead high. Make a fist with your other hand. As you shift forward, the fist comes with the body and extends out just slightly. Just slightly. Let me do it to facing this way. Kick horizontally. Step, sink the weight into the left foot, raise the hand up about forehead high. As you shift forward, you make a fist, both fists, pulling back with the right side as the left side advances. Now, in some forms, it really stretches out quite a bit. I kind of see this more as a body punch, so kind of fairly close in here. Right? So once again, watch it from the front. Kick. Sink, join, pull, hit. Shoot a tiger. So the punching ends up on the sort of center line, on the left center line of your body at about ribs. This is a punch to the ribs, so sort of at your rib level. Now remember, when you make a fist, don't make it too hard. It's just held, so you could, you could stick something in there, but not too tight, okay? So once again, from kick horizontally, bring your foot back, then sinking, step towards the corner, lift, and shoot a tiger with bow. Next, step up, deflect downward and punch. This is the same movement, we've already done this movement. Shift back, neutralize, pulling the toe. Replace the foot, bring everything over to the right side, and step straight towards the wall. Deflect and punch. So this is movement that we've already done. Okay? There's no difference here. Step up, deflect down, and punch. Okay, I'll do it this direction. Left hand opens and twists down to the waist as the right hand drops down, chopping downward. Pull in the toe. Everything kind of relaxes, but keep your fist. Replace. Now this replace step, I just remind you, it's most probably a foot kick or a quick change of steps. It can be a foot kick when you're back here that you can kick down to your opponent's knee, ankle, or even foot. So it's important that you keep the weight sinking onto the left foot. We open the left hand, twist it down to the waist, pull in, turning nose points to the left knee. Then, as you replace the foot, heel touches down, bring everything over to the right side and step. Now, this chopping down, remember with Bija what I did is I chopped down on her elbow, that this neutralized the punch, and this chopped. So you want the chop and the heel to hit all down simultaneously. You don't want to, have the heel down and then bring this over and then bring this down, or you don't want to bring this down and then try and step and have things waiting around. Remember, everything, we've got these pieces, everything comes together at one moment so that it can then immediately transfer and change. So, pull in. We're facing to the left knee. Step up, deflect down. Replace. The foot goes about almost at almost a right angle, not quite, almost to the starting direction, but maybe not quite. Shift the weight onto that. The heel, the palm, and the fist all get to their final destination at the right moment, then you shift forward and punch. Now, remember the Log Qigong we were just doing? Punches are the same. We use the same energy for punch. It's push the log forward. Push the log forward. Push the log forward. Push the log forward. Okay? So, let's do these two. From kick. Kick horizontally, leg comes up and around. Sink to the left foot as the hand comes up and the foot comes out to the corner. Shift forward, turn the waist, nose points to the right knee. Hit it, shoot a tiger with bow. Step up, deflect downward and punch. Open the left hand, it comes down to the waist, right hand chops downward, coming with the body, pull in the toe. Everything faces the direction the knee is headed or toe is headed. Then, replace the foot, bring everything over to the right. Step down, chop, and punch forward. Withdraw and push. Left hand comes up, both hands open, comes straight back, pressing slightly outward, palms turn face forward, and push. After punch, the right hand extends slightly, opening up, relaxing. Left palm turns upward by the elbow. Come straight back. The left hand's going to sweep the bottom of the hand. You sit back. There's a pressure outward. Finally, turn the palms forward and push. The hands are actually coming slightly more together. If I do this facing you, watch. First, relax. 2, sweep, come straight back into your right quad. There's a feeling of opening. And finally, close inward. Close. 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 Right. Do a little strike. Okay, so let's look at this from the, so watch this, these 3. Kick, shoot a tiger with bow, sink, straight overhead, palm facing inward, then the palm rotates out, make a fist, this makes a fist as it strikes forward. This ends up by the temple. This is left side of the body. Open, neutralize back, pull in. Everything faces the left direction. Do not move the weight off of the left foot yet. Step the heel. As soon as the heel touches down, you shift forward and step and punch. Withdraw and push. Relax. Open back into your quad and strike forward. Now there's a tendency on withdrawn push to lean back. Well, see, now I don't have the energy in my quad at all, and I'm not going to have a very effective, my low back is under pressure, and I'm not going to have a very effective push or strike. So sink, gather, and strike. Okay, the last movement is conclusion, and conclusion, so it looks like, let's do the form and then I'll tell you what's happening inside. It looks just like cross hands, same thing, only, so the first part's the same as cross hands, come back, 2, open, turn in the toe to face straight to your previous original direction. 3, shift the weight, bringing the energy in, bring the foot back shoulder width as the hands cross. Now, for cross hands, what we did was now lift. We lifted using the arms. For conclusion, we keep the weight down. The arms come up and separate over to their own sides of the body, turning palm downward. Then the 2 arms push the energy down. When the energy gets to the dantian, we then come up to standing position and you relax. Okay, now watch as we do this again. 1 back, 2 open, 3 gather, and back. The energy comes up, splits to the sides of the body. We then push the energy down into the dantian, leave it in the dantian, and come up and let the hands relax. Now it's very important to take a moment when you finished to just relax and experience whatever has gone on. What do you feel inside your body? How does this feel? Your energy, let your pulse come back to normal. Probably what will happen is your pulse will be probably slightly elevated because you've been doing all this work. You will have a little glisten of sweat from doing all this work, and you just want to relax for a moment. Let the energy sort of just move through. Yeah, and then go about your daily life. Do not, as often I see, people, they come up, and then off they go. No. This is, you want to, you've done a lot of hard work. You've spent approximately 20 minutes going through this form, working, moving around, practicing, and then you want to, when you're finished, you want to really enjoy all the work that you've done. Very good. Okay, so let's look at this whole section. First, I'll go through it so you can see it, and then you can follow along with me. So we'll do it in this direction first, which is the opposite direction. Kick horizontally. Sink. Join. Lead. Pull. Hit. Relax. Twist. Chop. Pull in. Neutralize. Chop the elbow and punch. Relax. Sinking and push or strike. Coming back. Open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, okay. In the proper direction. Kick horizontally. Shoot a tiger with bow. Sink, join, step, hit. Step up, deflect downward and punch. Back. Step. Over and punch. Withdraw and push. Straight back. Straight forward. Conclusion of Tai Chi Chuan. Open. Gather. Bring the energy up. Split the energy. Drop it to the center and rise up. All right. Once again, let's follow along on this section. Kick. Shoot a tiger with bow. Step up, deflect down, and punch. Withdraw and push. Conclusion. Of Tai Chi Chuan. Okay. One more from this side. Kick horizontally. Shoot a tiger with bow. Step up, deflect downward and punch. Withdrawn push. Conclusion of Tai Chi Chuan. All right. Well, I think what we'll do now, in the time that we have remaining, is I think what we'll do is go through the whole third section. So we've got one tape, one of our lessons, we've reviewed the whole first section. Then there's one someplace we reviewed the whole second section. So let's do the whole third section. And then next week, what we're going to do is review the whole form. We'll go through the form front and back and point up any pointers that need to be looked at. Okay? So let's do the whole third section. And I think what we'll do is, I think I'll do it facing you more than have my back, so that, yeah, there's things that you probably don't quite remember. So that way you can kind of refresh yourself. So I think I'll come over here, starting. Now the third section, you want to start pretty much to the, which would be to the left side of where you're starting, where you started, because at the end of the second section, the beginning third, you're pretty much to the left. And now we're going to work our way back over to the right side. There's more right side movement in this section. So start if you, a little more to the left, okay? So in fact, I better start a little bit further, kind of come over here a little bit. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll make sure I'll point up things, and rather than just flowing through and having you just follow along, let's look at little pieces that need to be checked on, all right? So here, the weight is, so I'm going to go back to the end of the second. Cross hands. Now, the weight is on the left foot. Now the weight is on a little more on the right foot. As I come up, the weight stays a little more on the right foot. Carry tiger to mountain, which means the left leg can turn in. Then sink your weight onto the left, open, step off 30, and throw the person off. We then roll back. Remember, this is a little bit different. I grabbed the person, and then this came and kind of has a squeezing effect of energy. And then push. Diagonal single whip, remember it's to the corner. We only turn in the toe 45-degree angle. Then stepping behind the person and we're throwing them over our leg. Partition of the wild horse's mane. This is like slanting flying, only slightly bigger. It's a little bigger. And we use, remember, we use the replace step. Step and open. Remember, we're throwing the person over our leg. Here we're neutralizing the energy. I'm stepping behind the person and we're throwing them over our leg. Then ward off left, and here's the only one we do with this replace step. But it's the same basic ward off, only we use the replace step. Bonging them away. Then right push upward using the replace step. And we come into the arm bar. Remember, we came into the arm bar and then threw them off. Roll back. Press. And push. Now, single whip, turning all the way to straight ahead. Remember this one, we hooked, we pulled, joined the energy and allowed it to come underneath. We then use the back strike with the wrist, then step in and up and down. Fair Lady works shuttles to the four corners. Okay? So stepping around. So this is like shoot a tiger with bow. We're lifting, opening here, and then instead of using a fist, we use an open hand. Doing to the four corners, roll back, come all the way around. This one is somebody's chopping downward, and so we basically are blocking our head and then pushing. This has sort of like step up, deflect downward. We're kind of neutralizing to the side, then opening and pushing. Then back, neutralize, coming around. Once again, they're chopping downward. We block our head and then push. Ward off left, remember, neutralize in. This is that kind of walking through, kind of smack and continuing. Gather the energy, step, throw, pong, lu, ji, on. Okay, single whip. Similar to the previous one, only there's another strike in which we neutralize and then use the backs, right? Waving hands like clouds. Remember, this one is they grabbed hold of this hand and then we threw them over the leg. And this is hip width. They grab. We kind of use an arm bar here, step and throw them over. 1, 2, 3, and single whip. This was they're punching in, we block down, we strike, they blocked, they strike again, we neutralize, and then we struck once again. Snake creeps down. Remember, they were punching low. We let it in and down. We then follow with a poke to the lower body. Golden Pheasant, fold in, bring the hand in, turn out, and here we follow with a knee and a poke. The punch comes in, we neutralize it to the side, and then poke and knee. Step back and we pulse monkey. Right? First one is very similar to the one we did before, only now they're going to kick. We block, grab the knee. Now remember, don't just come back. Sink into the left leg, grab, put the toe down, then shift back. Repeating, they're kicking, we block, we grab, then we shift back. Slanting, flying. Here they're poking their punches inward. We neutralize it to the side, step behind, and throw them over. Then they're striking inward. We neutralize it and then slap towards the face. They're pushing inward. We neutralize. Step behind and elbow strike. And then back, fist. Left brush knee. This time they've grabbed us and we neutralize all the way around. Step behind, and remember, we throw them down. Needle at C bottom. Replace, they've grabbed this hand. We knock it off with this hand, grab with the left, pull down, and then poke. We then lift, step in and strike. Turn and white snake puts out tongue. Turn into 90, coming to basically center. They're striking inward. We neutralize down, follow with a strike. Step up, deflect downward. They're punching in, we neutralize, very much like the end of the form. but this is palm downward and punch. Ward off left, we neutralize them off and bong them away. Right push upward, turn in the back toe, turn out the front toe. Make sure that you're moving your energy around well onto this foot. So then when you step out 30, you step out to the right, you can pong upward, roll back, press forward, and push. Single whip. So this is the double strike, remember? There's first they punch, which we neutralized, then they punched, which we neutralized once again. We grab it and pull it, and this comes around and strikes around in a hook. Waving hands like clouds. Remember, this is the kick. They're going to kick, so we block and then throw away, and here we use the feet together. So they kick, we neutralize, step and throw one, and follow. Neutralize, step two, follow. Neutralize, step three. Then, they're striking inward. We neutralize with this hand and throw them over the leg. Another person, they're striking, we block, pull, and strike. High pat on horse. They're striking inward, we neutralize it down, step in and poke. Turn and cross for kick. Remember, somebody who's behind them, we hit the lower body, then swing the hand up. This strikes out towards the face, this kicks. Step up and lower punch. Neutralize. Neutralize and punch downward towards the lower body. Ward off left. Once again, remember, knocking off. And this has a kind of a slicing, continuing, gathering the energy into the left quad and slice. Roll back. Press forward. And push. The last single whip. They've grabbed us. We knock off. Grab around and throw. Snake creeps down. They're kicking to the head. We get back. Grab the leg. Lift it up. Turn in, turn out, and punch underneath or kick. Good. Here we can block down or block up. They punch the center. We neutralize around, step off to the side, behind, and kick. They punch inward, neutralize, and hit. They grab, we knock off. They punch, we chop down and punch. She grabs, we get them off and push. And finally, we open. We gather. We move the energy up, split the energy, move it to the center, stand up. And we've done the third section. Now, is that exciting or what? I mean, that's a lot of movements, and but God, that was great. That was great. Okay, so next week we will review the whole form, put the whole form together, and then I'll tell you next week sort of what we're planning on doing and how we're planning on doing it. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll go out this time by starting at the beginning, and I'll just start at the beginning, and when we have to go, we'll go. But so once again, I really thank you for the support you've given, and I look forward to our continued involvement together. All right. So from the very beginning.